Exactly.
It's the same set of man them now.
No sense. I know we want to jump back to, oh, but this is how we just do it in the Caribbean. We do a lot of strippiness in the Caribbean. That don't
Yes,
make it
sir.
make sense. But why is it that every time there's lashes, the teacher and the student, the teacher administering the lashes to the student on a first name basis because they're there every week to receive the same lashes? Maybe the lashes don't do anything.
Bro, this thing is some mystic, right? I've heard teachers literally boast about the licks that they would have given to children. I've heard parents boast about the licks that they would have given to children, right? But even crazier, we've all had these conversations in school about how our parents beat us, and we romanticize it. Like, I always found that so interesting how we romanticize the beatings. By your mother ever bang you with a piece of tamarind what by? By your mother ever bang you with a piece of cut up tire? And we say it with this sense of,
Like, this is that's your defining moment. That's what made you. If you don't get the beating,
that is something else that totally upsets me. The argument that is made that, well, my mother did this to me and look how it turned out.
yeah.
I'm like, so you're hinging what you determine or what you see as a successful life on the fact that you got licks. Like that was it. Like that was the thing that turned you into a positive contributing member of society. Like, I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Licks don't define you. Licks don't make you a better person or a worse person.
Well, it could definitely make you a worse person.
It can, but not in the way that you think it will.
Yeah.
It can brew some anger in children. It can brew some resentment in children.
Bro, I could speak personally. About the resentment. Like, okay, for me, licks was never a big thing. I've always looked at things a little weird. Like, ever since I was young, I realized that since I was like in grade 4 or something, grade 3, when the school bell rang and we were playing rounders and we only had like one more out and one more run to win, and everybody started running back to the class, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, they can't bang all us, let's just finish the game. And everybody watched me like I was crazy. So at that point I knew, okay, something ain't right with me.
We know.
But I'm saying that licks for me was more welcome than anything else. I couldn't stand the speeches. The pain of the licks was shorter than the speech. Give me the licks any day. That was me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, yeah. And I think it made it difficult to discipline, because traditionally, licks means we're going to now expect different behavior. For me, it was like, okay, you want me to come home from school early, but all we have is Channel 13 and Channel 5. And Dylan and Desran got Cartoon Network and Dragon Ball Z coming on. But no, Dragon Ball Z, then go home and take licks and then do it again tomorrow. Like, it was just, it just made sense.
And what's funny about that is that, I remember, when I was in school a really long time ago, everybody's anthem, who people were my age, which was teens, because this is like a teenage thing, from like it's high school, so 12 to whatever we graduate high school at, like 16.
Yeah.
But even a little bit before that, everybody does do stuff, and then the anthem is Licks My School.
Yeah, licks my school.
Which means, okay, I get some licks when I reach home for doing something I shouldn't have been doing, but then the licks just fade off, and then 10 minutes later I'm good to go.
Yeah, for me it just made more sense. And to the people just now joining the stream, thanks for joining us again. Apologize for the for the technical issues, but we're speaking about the need for people to report instances of child abuse, no matter the type of abuse. But Kevon, it's important for me to point out that a lot of times we don't classify abuse as abuse generally. Like you said, licks and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I think there's a line, and the problem is that everybody draws the line at different places. Like, so if your skin whale up, is no abuse. Is it where you get hit in your back, in your face, on your leg? Is that abuse?
Yeah.
'Cause both my parents used to hit me, but it was a different type of licks from mommy to daddy. When mommy hit you, you have to fight the urge to laugh. Right? But I mean, we have to really be mindful of the fact that we have responsibility to children, because they're not in a position, a lot of times, to protect and represent themselves. So please, if you have any knowledge or even suspicions of child abuse, whether it be neglect, whether it be physical, whether it be emotional, whether it be sexual, please, 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 don't keep it to yourself. Please don't go spreading it on the road, but please report it to the relevant authorities. Like, we have a responsibility, people.
Yeah, and speak to the person. Don't just see and not say anything, but speak to the person, and then because sometimes you don't want to jump from a 10 to 100. So speak to the person. You just discipline your child, and I just feel like that was way too much.
Yeah.
Speak to them, and then based on their response to you, whether in the moment or not, you could have both interactions or choose one, because talking to somebody in the moment is not the same as when the moment already gone. If something, heat of the moment, you might not get the best reaction, so speak to them after. Yesterday you disciplined Bob, and
I felt it might have been a little.
I felt like it was kind of, it didn't feel like discipline. It felt like you might have been taking out some aggression, or you could even bring up the fact that I felt like you went too far.
Yeah.
Whatever, and then
there was some anger to it. You could feel anger
based on what the response is from the person. If the person is receptive to the things you say, or they justify their actions or whatever, then you can take it upon yourself to then have the mental process of the debate with yourself. Do I now report this, or is the person's actions, will they be curtailed afterwards? But we really need to do something about this, because you can't just have.
Yeah, and the thing about it, Kevon, is that we ending up in situations where we have adults now who have been traumatized and who passed on that trauma, and in so many different ways, in friendships,
repeat it.
in as part of their parental journeys, in romantic relationships. Like, it is insane.
And then the thing is too, these people are passing it on, and they don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're saying, "Oh, my mother banged me, so I can bang my spouse."
But we justify it. That's the thing. We justify it.
Most people don't even know where it's coming from.
It's a coping mechanism.
If they do, they justify it. Oh, but my mother used to hit me, so.
Boss.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And did you like it when she did?
I've had conversations with parents when I was teaching that would just showing some concern for maybe a change in behavior of some of the students, and some of the reasonings behind it is scary. But what would be even more scary is the justification of, well, I did this, and I had to do this, and
when I had to do this when I was a child, my mother hit me.
Yeah, but not only that, I would have had mothers who would have claimed that, well, I get her young, and that was the best thing for me. And so what happened if she get a child now, and them kind of things? Like, these things exist, These things exist, and it's sad to see that in a lot of cases, the children themselves really have, they're incapable or are scared of speaking up, and people around them that know don't do what they need to do and speak up for them. Right? It's sad. It's sad.
But let's make an active effort. See something, say something. It goes with everything. We need to really make sure our children are good to go. We can't have them.
Yeah, stop justifying these things, man.
Don't justify it.
Stop romanticizing abuse, Senkits. Please. Can we please stop romanticizing it? Like, can we please stop, like, what's the like when you play down something?
Downplaying?
Yeah. Please stop downplaying it. No, but you know what? I'll give you something, like, and I could say these things because we all hear it. You'll hear people literally say things like, "Don't trouble the Navy, so man, cause the father don't trouble them."
Yeah,
Them kind of weird things, and so like,
funny. It's not funny. It's not.
Yo, Vince. Remember you tell me that?
Oh wow.
Oh, Vince leaving. Oh no, he might not have been you. But yeah, man, like these things that we just kind of say, them, and we just perpetuate them and just keep saying them, and we don't recognize that these are real traumatic experiences for people, you know. Real traumatic experiences, man.
You know, let's keep our children safe and, you know, safe from the people that hurt them and harm them, which are sometimes the persons closest to them.
Oh,
But,
wow.
you know, we'll continue to try to make an active effort to, you know.
Well, you know it on Thursday when you need him back.
Right, where is Inoite?
But you call some good news.
We definitely need some good news. But, you know, that was your umpteenth plus one episode of Island Tea on Win Media SKN. Amali says lots of things, but I don't remember what they are. He says, you know, love your neighbors and hug somebody. Don't hug anybody right now.
Don't drink and drive too much.
Don't drink and drive. He says a lot of things, and I'll leave it to him to say it. But you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you're not a mug. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.